non-Muslims. I actually don't like it. Non-Muslim. Can you imagine people call us non-Christians? Non-Jews? That we are non-Hindus? That we are non-Buddhists? That's an unfortunate term. So we need to call people Christians, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, or people of any other faith and so on. But the non, that is the problem. Yes, sir.
I think the problem, with all due respect, sir, is they call us what they think is actually worse than calling us non-Christians and non-Jews. They call us Muslims. And to them, that's you and I and every other Muslim in here, we all understand the connotation behind that. I certainly do not agree calling them non-Christian, non-Muslims and so forth. But I understand also that at times we just cannot help it.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the question. So I'm going to repeat the question of the gentleman. The gentleman said that that sometimes, yes, he agrees he heard what I had to say, but he also says that we are people of other faiths call us Muslims. Now, one of the first things when I teach Islam 101 at Duke University, I tell the students, I am a Muslim, not a Muslim. Okay? So in the same way that we need to change our vocabulary about how we speak about them, we also need to educate our neighbors how to talk about us. The other thing, the other lesson that I get from what the question you just put is that the word Muslim, now I don't know if it's intentional. I don't think it's intentional. It's just a lack of education on the part of people, the majority community. The word Muslim means a place or someone who is the oppressor. Okay, Muslim, from dhulm. Okay, so it might well be that there was some connotation in the past, maybe in Andalusia and so on, but I don't think that is prevalent out here. I don't think that they think that they are really calling us the proper name, but we need to help them to correct it. The other lesson, the most beautiful lesson that I think I learned from this idea of excellence and ahsan, as the Quran says, idfa' billati hiya ahsan. Respond to anything with that which is much more beautiful. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. So that those with whom you have any kind of enmity, you can transform that person with your conduct. With your excellent conduct, you transform that person becomes your bosom friend. وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. But this capacity to transform with character, to transform with something that is much more beautiful, to respond to that, is a capacity that's not given only to those who have a great capacity for endurance, and someone who has been given a great endowment of goodness, great good fortune. When I think of Nelson Mandela, I think of a person who endured and someone who had the ability, been given a great good fortune, that he could repel to his enemies with something that is much more beautiful. This is exactly the kind of teaching that Nabi Isa taught us. Sometimes we say, Nabi Isa said, when someone slaps you on the right cheek, give the other cheek. That precisely is to show that if you want to humiliate, you can do it again. But that's not going to bring me down. And so it is about teaching the other person the opportunity to correct him or herself. That they slapped you on the one cheek and you give the other cheek. You're teaching that person, is that person going to withhold? And when that person withholds, that person has just developed character and is repentant. That's the beauty of that teaching. So what I'm asking is that, yes, we have to do a lot of education in our community about the others, about ourselves and others, but I don't think in my view and my knowledge, but some of you might have deeper knowledge, whether that is said with some amount of discrimination and humiliation of Muslims, or whether that is just a lack of pronunciation and which needs to be corrected.
I don't think it is the lack of pronunciation, it is, I think, because of the hatred deep down sitting in their heart. When they say Muslim, Either it comes and show it is it means the oppressed
or the oppressor,
from the zulamat,
of
from
the
the darkness, from zulm
yes.
and mazlum, or zulm and mazlumat. So it shows the two meanings, but the most unfortunate situation is when most of the Muslims, they have started calling themselves as Muslims, following the other people. This is the most unfortunate position.
If that is true, that it is said with a certain amount of vindictiveness and a certain amount of trying to denigrate, that is unfortunate. It's unfortunate, then we have to educate and correct.
I did try to, I just found some few people working in the Muslim community, and they were as ignorant as they are always. And then they said, we will talk about this and we will talk to somebody who is in charge of this, and that. Nothing came out. I found many editors-in-chiefs because this word hurts me a lot. When my own people, they call themselves Muslims.
Muslim, they say Muslim.
Muslims or Muslims, it is the same thing, and it carries two meanings. Either oppressed,
yes,
or the people
or
of darkness.
the one who's darkening this.
So anyway,
It requires education.
it does.
Yes, sir.
Want to know if you know the root from where this Muslim came from. I was once reading an article of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was once communicating with the Western world, and the spelling in the documents, I'm talking about here like 1947, pre-1947 era here, and the spelling of the Muslim was M-O-S-L-E-M. So want to know, based on your knowledge, where do you think this word or the root came from?
I haven't researched this question. The brother is asking what is the root of this word, and M-O-S-L-E-M was the spelling of Muslim in a particular time. I don't know, but my hunch is that it would have Spanish and French antecedents, and that's how it comes through. And it could have something to do with the Muslim past in Andalusia in Muslim Spain. It's possible that, but it comes to European languages and so on. But I think this is something that we can easily remedy by first of all educating our own people to say we are not Muslim, but we are Muslim, and we use the word Muslim. And when you meet with your neighbors, you also educate them how to call you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.